Man squatted at the hatch of the submersible, watching his teammate descend 400 meters into the deep sea to work. But instead of helping, he reached out and cut off his teammate's oxygen. The other two team members froze in place, their eyes widened in disbelief, not understanding why he would do something so insane. Very soon, a weak voice came through the communicator. But hearing that, the two teammates who had just been shocked did not turn the oxygen back on. Instead, they pulled off his tether and threw it into the sea, leaving him no chance to return, letting him suffocate to death. Killing a teammate who lived and worked alongside them turned the atmosphere in the submersible dead silent. But the three of them had no choice. Because of the storm, they were trapped 400 meters under the sea, and their oxygen was running out. The teammate who insisted on diving had wasted precious air. They had no other options. Just as they were filled with guilt, a strange sound suddenly came from nearby. The three looked closely and found the heater was broken. The temperature in the deep sea was extremely low. Without the heater, they would freeze to death very soon. At that moment, the man who had dived for the first time suddenly came up with an idea. He used a welding torch to keep heating the water tank. Soon under the blaze, thick steam began to rise from the tank. The temperature inside the submersible slowly increased. The three started smiling, but when the captain turned around, he realized that most of the remaining oxygen had been consumed by the welding torch. Their joy instantly turned into despair, as the oxygen was about to run out, and the rescue team was nowhere in sight. The three lost all hope of survival. Following the captain's lead, they began writing farewell letters to their families. But just then, the rescue team's voice suddenly came through the communicator. The captain was startled, quickly moved closer, grabbed the communicator, and told the rescue team their current position. But to his surprise, the rescue team said the storm was still raging, and the ship couldn't get close at all. They'd need at least 3 more hours to get them out alive. Hearing that, the captain was devastated, because their remaining oxygen wasn't even enough for 3 people to breathe for 1 hour. There was no way they'd last that long. While he was deeply worried, Hunter came up with an idea. At the junction of the oil pipeline, there might be spare oxygen tanks for maintenance workers. If they could find those tanks, they could hold out much longer. This made the captain hesitate, because diving would speed up oxygen consumption. If they failed to find the tanks, they wouldn't even last an hour. But at a life or death moment, he couldn't think of a better plan. After a short consideration, he agreed to Hunter's proposal. Soon Hunter put on his suit and headed toward the pipeline junction. The man and the captain stayed inside the diving bell, guiding him from there. The tether slowly sank into the water and soon disappeared halfway. But in the pitch-black sea, Hunter couldn't find the pipeline. With oxygen nearly gone, the two left behind fell into despair. Suddenly Hunter turned around, and a long oil pipeline appeared in front of him. The man was thrilled to hear the news, but to his surprise, the junction was completely empty. There were no oxygen tanks at all. The man quickly checked the map and realized Hunter was at the wrong pipe. He immediately called out to redirect him. Under guidance, Hunter kept moving. Not far ahead, he spotted an oxygen tank, but by now the tether had reached its limit. He couldn't move forward at all. In desperation, Hunter made a bold decision. The next second, his voice vanished from the communicator. This made the captain very worried. Ignoring the dangerously low oxygen, he jumped into the water and followed the tether to look for Hunter. He found Hunter lying nearby, holding the oxygen tank. The captain didn't hesitate, grabbed him and swam back toward the bell. 10 minutes later, with help from the man, he successfully brought Hunter back, but the oxygen had already run out. Alarms blared, lights flashed wildly. The captain acted fast and started giving Hunter CPR. At the same time, he urged the man to switch out the oxygen tank. The tense moment made the man panic. It took him a lot of effort to install the tank, as the sound of air filled the room.